Hello everyone and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Hoagie Master here, and today I wanted to discuss, this is kind of like an explainer video just to help people understand some of the kind of concepts of Vedic astrology. This one is actually really simple and but in a way kind of quite profound, in the sense of we're very used in the Western astrology, Western Tropical Astrology, in terms of sun signs. So of course, when most people talk about their astrological sign, they talk about the one, of course, that they have in the West. Now, so when we're talking about things like Aries, Taurus, or I'm a Libra, etc., etc. Well, first of all, the ascendant sign, the sign that's rising on the eastern horizon at the time of that you're born, is kind of essentially your true sign. But your sun sign, of course, is very important. Now, one thing to understand about the astrological signs in terms of Vedic astrology is that many people are surprised to find that often the sign that they think they are, say for example, many people would think, for example, that they're a Virgo when actually they're like a Leo or something like that. Now, why is that? There is a phenomena, this is a scientific phenomena, which is known as the precession of the equinoxes. And essentially what it means is the star signs, in terms of it's the stars that actually give the characteristics and the flavor of what we would identify as star signs. Now, they're referred to as fixed stars, but actually, slowly but surely, those fixed stars are moving backwards in the sky by 1 degree every 72 years. So of course they're moving very incrementally. So for the average lifetime, most people would say that they've not moved. However, they do. So every sort of 2,400 years, they move, the whole zodiac moves backwards by one sign. Now, of course, like thousands of years ago, say, the Western astrology, tropical, and Vedic astrology, the signs were in the same place. But of course, since, the birth of Christ, etc., there've been, thousands of years have gone by, so they've moved backwards. Now, they've moved backwards by almost 24 degrees out of a 30-degree portion of space. Yeah? So what I've done is to help illustrate this and to really help people understand what their true sun sign is, because you need to remember the sidereal, Vedic sidereal astrology goes to where the actual true placements are. Because in the West, the signs are all effectively have moved forward. So the sign of Aries, for example, is not quite where it is in Western astrology. However, Western astrology still works, because it works on that psychological level. It's more, it's more in terms of anticipation of what is to come. But the aspects and the ratios of the planets are still the same. So whichever way that you're looking, whatever tool that you're using, the ratio, the distance between the planets is still the same, but the dates are different. Now, this is crucial, because when it actually comes to predicting real things that happen in the world, you need the accurate placements of the planets in order to do that. But just for today's video, this is much more about starting with the real basics, and in terms of the sun sign position and why it is where it is. So this isn't going to be a very long video. This is much more of just an explainer, but just to give people a perspective. And you might actually be really surprised to find out what your sun sign actually is. So what I've done here is I've got the national chart of Germany to illustrate this one, because as we know, Germany is well known for accuracy and thoroughness amongst many other things. That might be, a bit of a national stereotype, but you know, as we see with the current situation with coronavirus and stuff like that, it's actually quite a good country to choose, because sometimes life is about getting on top of the details, and Germany actually has a very strong chart. I've already done a video on that, but let's get started. So this is just the basic dates so you can understand what your sun sign actually is in terms of the actual location of where the sun is in the sky at the time that you were born. So I've got both dates to go with, which I've written down in the small part here. So I'll be quoting both dates. Now, the way it works is that the zodiac begins with Aries. All the ancient texts, you know, say so, and we all know it's the first sign of the zodiac. Now, in the Western tropical zodiac, most people would consider themselves Aries if they were born on March 21st to April 20th. This is not actually correct. The sun doesn't move into Aries until the 13th of April, where it will stay until the 14th of May. So if you're born on the 13th of April, going through to the 14th of May, you're an Aries. Yeah, you're actually an Aries. Rather than being born on 21st of March to April 20th, which would actually make you much more likely to be a Pisces. So then going around, so we can see here we're in Taurus. So Taurus, so to be a true Taurus, you are born on the 14th of May to the 14th of June. That would actually make you a Taurus. Many people would think they're a Gemini with that one. In the West, we have April 21st to May 20th. So you can see it's significantly different. Taurus is much more of a summer sign than we realize, rather than spring, in terms of where the sun actually is. Now, I've actually checked this. I've triple checked on my actual software, and these are the accurate dates. So going to Gemini. Geminis are born on the 14th of June to the 15th of July, sidereally, as opposed to May 21st to June 20th. So that, again, it's a big change. And then going forward with Cancerians. Cancerians are the 16th of July to the 16th of August, as opposed to June 21st to July 22nd in tropical astrology. Leos, this is a big one, 16th of August to the 16th of September makes you a Leo, as opposed to July 23rd to the 22nd of August. Virgo, now this is one that really surprises a lot of people. This is 16th of September to the 16th of October, makes you a Virgo, yeah? As opposed to August 23rd to October 22nd. So there are many people out there that would qualify as Leo under tropical when actually they're Virgo. That's actually the case with me. Then Libra is 17th of October to the 16th of November, as opposed to October 23rd to November 22nd for Libra. Scorpios. Scorpios are 16th of November to the 16th of December, as opposed to November 22nd to December 21st. So there are many people out there that think they're Sagittarius, but actually they're Scorpio in terms of where the sun is. Now, in terms of characteristics, it all depends on planets, etc., how many planets you have in a sign, which give the overall personality. You need the sun, the ascendant, and the moon. But this just lets you know, and this is very important because the sun represents the kingdom that we're supposed to build. So you want it to be you want to know the accurate sign placement, because it means the emphasis of your life in terms of how we express ourselves, how we actually go about and put ourselves out in the world, and what we consider to be our kingdom could actually be in a very different place. So Sagittarius is 16th of December to the 15th of January, as opposed to November 22nd to December. Oh look, I dropped off the that's supposed to be December 21st. Never mind, I'll fill that in later. And then when it comes to Capricorn, people that are Capricorn are the 15th of January to the 14th of February, as opposed to December 22nd to January 19th. So again, that might surprise quite a few people. Then moving up to Aquarius, that is the 14th of February to the 15th of March, as opposed to the 20th of Jan to February 19th. So you see that comes back a whole thing. So a lot of people that think they're Pisces, most likely they're actually Aquarius. And then finally Pisces is 15th of March to April 13th, as opposed to February 20th to March 20th. So basically, so those people are Pisces. So it's a very simple video. And then that just gives you the clear dates of where you actually are. So if you're watching this, reference those dates and just see where your true sun sign is, because that is actually astronomically where the sun is. And of course, you know, we're now in the month of May, but really we've only recently gone into the Aries seasons. So I hope that was I hope that was interesting for you guys. I thought I'll just start with a really basic one. I'll do more explainer videos on how Vedic astrology works. Vedic astrology is more of a lunar-based system, because it depends on where the moon was at the time that you were born. And then you have a nakshatra system like this, which is like lunar mansions. And this gives the flavor as well of the life path of where, let me hold this up accurately, of depending on which sign here the moon is in, this actually gives a big flavor and impact on your life. But these are called nakshatras, and those are actually a lot more complicated to explain, but at least that gives you an inkling, an idea of how things are different in Vedic astrology. So I hope that was helpful for you. So you can see all of those dates there. Check to see what you are in Vedic astrology in terms of your sun sign. You may be pleasantly surprised, but when you actually find out accurately where the sun is, that is the kingdom that we're supposed to build. So the sign is actually very important, and what that sign pertains to gives you an idea of what the soul's journey and purpose is for this lifetime. If anyone is interested in a consultation with me, then feel free to go to my website, which is the archetypalblueprint.com, or you can send me an email at info@thearchetypalblueprint.com for more information. And of course, you know, there's social media. You know, you can find me on Instagram at Hogarth Brown handle, which is the same for Twitter. And I hope that was very interesting for you. And many of my clients are pleasantly surprised to find out where their actual sun sign is, along with their moon sign and their ascendant. So I hope you enjoyed that one. That clearly sets out the different dates. And thank you so much for spending time watching this video. Feel free to comment if you would like any requests on any celebrities or anything like that in terms of learning about their charts or global politics. Then feel free to comment below. And thank you so much. Cheers.